Disclaimer. The conversations, ideas, plans, and other content of this podcast do not constitute advice about investing in cryptocurrency or any other types of investment. We are learners, not investment experts, and we intend this podcast only to be a record of our own journey into cryptocurrency investments. Enjoy!
Well, this is episode 3 of Closer Look. We decided to check out Dragonchain. Why? Well, first of all, I found out that Disney has some business in blockchain, and since Disney is literally going to be taking over the entire world any day now, yeah, you know, watch out for the mouse, right? The mouse will get you. I thought it was good to sort of take their blockchain seriously, or their blockchain alternative, I guess you might say, seriously. So let's get into this. First of all, a couple of nuts and bolts about the Dragonchain here. So it's called Dragonchain, one word. If you're going to be exchanging for it, the ticker is DRGN. At the moment of recording, you can find it on KuCoin, Ether Delta, Coin Exchange, and a few others I hadn't heard of. But not on Binance presently, not on Bittrex. So some of the big ones don't have it, which is good for growth. We'll talk about that later. And let's see, why did this catch our attention, Christian? What do you think?
I think what's really catching our attention right now is the tremendous growth it's experienced since its ICO, which, you know, its ICO was well under $1. What's Dragonchain trading at right now? It is at $4.65, and just going back to just December 29th, it was at 86 cents.
Yeah.
So that's
Explosive.
You could do the math there. Where they're just experiencing tremendous growth, as is a lot of the crypto market right now. But I think people are being drawn into Dragonchain because it's their roots, really. They came from Disney, as you alluded to earlier. They were an incubator out of their Seattle office. In 2015, they developed this blockchain for business to business applications. And if you're familiar with Disney, anything coming out of Disney, it typically does well. Disney is one of the most trusted brands in America for the past 100 years. If I were to talk to my grandpa about, you know, investment strategies, he'd probably tell me Disney, Coca-Cola, and just these classic brands. So something coming from Disney, it shows that Disney's continuing to be innovative. They see where technology is going, and that blockchain is here to stay. It is the future. So if I'm going to pick a horse, I see Disney being a leader. Yeah,
you're kind of getting at, like, with all of these coins, they all need that one line that proves their worth. And so for Dragonchain, it's, we're Disney. Like, and that's like a huge thing to say. I mean, that's to have so much power behind its name like that. Okay, so we went over the ticker, where it's exchanging. What exactly is it? Is the question. What's the product here, other than buying some Dragon?
So it's a full blockchain platform. It specifically attempts to simplify integration of real business applications onto a blockchain.
Okay. It's also it's hybrid in the sense that it's a serverless blockchain. So it's going that cloud route. Basically bringing the era of the cloud.
Is that just their way of saying decentralized? I guess that would be a decentralized blockchain.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
it also allows for, with integration of business to business, stuff like that. It's more smooth transition. Things are saved, flow better. Everything's cloud based now.
Yeah, but they make a big deal of it being they're using the term hybrid because it's partially public and partially private, and they're saying that because it has to do with. What they're trying to do is do direct contracts with businesses, and it's based on what does that business need. Does it need a public blockchain, or does it need a private blockchain?
So kind of like Verge, when what they're doing with their, it's not a business coin, but it's, again, the choice of privacy versus public. And I see for business, that type of application, there are things that businesses have NDAs and stuff that they don't want out to the public. So using a blockchain where they have the option for any sort of privacy, I would think would be ideal.
I know. So Dragonchain, they talk about using their coin and stuff. You get access to a lot of the ICO stuff, and they are saying that this will help buy different utilities and stuff. So as it is both like a blockchain and an incubator, this Dragonchain. So what it also does is it allows the bringing on and purchasing of other utilities that might be necessary for that company or whatever to grow and develop as it's being incubated.
Right. So speaking of the token sale, when they did the token sale, I find this to be important information. 55% of it was public offering, and 20% was for the team itself. 10% went on reserve, and then I don't understand this. 10% went to the foundation. I imagine that's still almost like reserve in a sense. And then 5% Dragon Fund. Dragon Fund's probably for them to use as
foundation. That sounds interesting because when I think foundation, I think like charitable.
Huh.
I wonder. I'm curious about that.
Maybe that's the case. So I'm a little bit an amateur when it comes to these percentages. When I've heard like other token sales, it seems like a lot more was reserved for the company than what Dragonchain is doing. Like 55% went to the public. Seems like it's a fewer percentage with other coins. Does that sound right to you guys?
Yeah, that sounds right, and it sounds like a big pro to me because what that's going to mean is there's going to be, of the total existing supply of Dragonchain coins, there's going to be much more circulating in the market. So that way, if Dragonchain for some crazy reason had an exit strategy, they can't just all of a sudden dump all the coins because most of the coins are out there to the public and being circulated. Right.
Their own calendar, roadmap. Their own roadmap. I guess this project started back in 2014. That's when research and development occurred, and then 2015 and 2016 was further development within Disney's open source project. And they launched it in 2017. Obviously, they had the ICO and all of that, and the exchanging happening in December. Now in 2018, they're calling it the year of their full platform for everything, for the whole product. So what I'm getting at is, obviously, if a company's product takes off, so will the cryptocurrency that's attached to it, right? So 2018 is the year that it could possibly take off. This is the year when its product lands. It goes full, whatever it's producing, it's going to fully do that. It's full blockchain product. So this is seems like a good year if you're interested at all. This seems like a good year to be purchasing.
But also, I mean, it was voted on to get picked up for Binance. It hasn't hit any of the other exchanges and stuff too.
Which it always gets a bump.
Yeah, it gets a huge bump once it hits the other exchanges.
Yeah. So to clarify that, so it's not on Binance and Bittrex right now, but so Binance has like a voting system to get. How does that? I've never looked into that. Is it like the Steam voting system?
Yeah. So kind of like getting the green light system. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of the exchanges do this, including our podcast favorite Robinhood, where they'll put up maybe 10 tokens and they send it out to the community, and the community votes to what tokens they want to see listed on the exchange.
Okay. So, and right now it's ranking pretty well with Binance.
It's ranking pretty well on CoinMarketCap, which is pretty good. But once, I mean, it's like the snowball effect. So I see it as once it starts getting picked up, which it's already making huge growth, but once it gets picked up on other exchanges, they're going to be absolutely massive growth. Once that happens, I mean, it could be very well that perhaps Disney steps in a little bit more, or perhaps, I mean, there's all sorts of things that can happen, but I just see it going further than just hitting the exchanges and then being done with it. Because as this succeeds, in part, so does Disney. And in the same way where you have like a Pokemon app or something like that may or may not have anything to do with like Nintendo, but it's the name association that causes one to go up. So I feel like people associating with Disney might be more apt to buy into it. So it would just increase that snowball's growth.
Yeah, the brand name probably has a big factor.
Yeah, I agree. So far in 2018, the entire market's just blown up like crazy. And what I'm seeing this week more so in the past is all these coins that really serve no purpose, do nothing, get blown up. Yeah, there's opportunities to make money there right now, but it scares me. I think that's got bubble written all over it and dangerous.
Yeah.
I think at some point those coins are going to just blow up and people are going to lose a lot of money. And that's where people, especially people coming new to the market that are maybe a little bit older, not your 18 to 25-year-old millennials, but people in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
People who are coming over from stock market.
They want to look for trusted organizations, trusted companies.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity to get in the ground floor for the Disney blockchain solution.
If you're a 45-year-old who's been like playing the stock market for a decade or two, and now you're looking into this new thing, these cryptocurrencies, and you see a name like Disney, you're like, familiar. I know Disney's trusted, and that's a good safe place.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm kicking myself. I didn't get in back on December 4th when it was all the way down at 27 cents.
Yeah.
But you know what? I throughout this year and the money coming into crypto here at 464, I think there's a ton of room for growth, because I did also note one thing to note: no more tokens will be added to the market. The tokens that have been created and that are currently existing, that's it. They're not going to create more additional tokens.
So it is more and more rare.
It is scarce. So more people come in, more volume comes in. It's at number 45. I think on the list in the mid 40s on coin market cap.
Okay.
This is potential to be a top 10 coin without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I mean, just ton of room for growth still.
It's already at 1 billion.
I plan on going in myself. I think a few of us, we've been looking at different resources and just kind of, what are people that are currently invested Dragonchain saying about it.
Right.
I'm seeing projections all the way out from, on the low side, $10 to $15, on the high side, $150. Is $150 realistic in 2018? In this market, anything's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to bet my entire stake on it, but I will allocate a portion of my portfolio to Dragonchain.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, so by having the coin, you also have access to their incubated ICOs and
that's a big thing that we kind of glossed over by accident. So not all coins do this, but some coins, Robinhood is an example. If you own Cobb and you're not an American, when they underwrite a new token, you get a benefit as a Cobb holder. You get some of that underwritten token. That's the system for Robinhood. So it sounds like Dragonchain does a similar thing. If you own some Dragon, how does that work now, Chris?
So do you know how
it's like Ethereum and EC20 tokens, right? Is that how it is?
Well, I mean, yeah.
So people can create their own tokens based on this Dragonchain platform, because that's what they've created is their own blockchain platform or incubator. So just think about Ethereum and Neo. People are building out new ICOs based on those platforms. Right now is an opportunity to get into Dragonchain before we've even seen anything built onto the platform by other companies, other organizations, and with the team behind it, with the connections that the Dragonchain team has, I can only imagine that there are going to be new tokens issued out onto this platform, and that's when you're going to see the real growth coming into this coin.
I think I might sum it, in my mind, I'm going to sum it up this way. This seems like a Generation 2 kind of coin. Generation 1 are all the people who are, they're innovating, they're creating like the blockchain and everything it's become. Generation 2 is when established outside companies become interested. But as they enter into this thing, they'll want to enter into something that's comfortable, and doing business with Disney on a new kind of technology is the kind of thing they will want to do, right? That's like your big established companies will want to work with other big established companies, even if it's for new technology. Joel, was there something you were trying to say? Did I cut you off by accident?
No, you didn't cut me off. But I was going to mention that only about half their coins are in circulation right now.
Okay.
I think it was, I already lost the number.
Well, about half, right? That gives us an idea. So,
yeah.
What's the significance of that for you?
Well, the significance is that the price will go down when they add more, right?
Okay.
I mean, to a degree.
Potentially. I mean, if people dump, but if I went in the ICO right now and I'm still waiting, or even if I was an early investor and some of my tokens are vested, I think those guys see this opportunity. Yeah. So it may dip a bit. People may take some profits out. But this is the beginning. This is the ground floor of something big.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, well, I think we've covered it pretty well. Dragonchain, DRGN, you can find it on KuCoin and Coin Exchange and Ether Delta, and of course, possibly in the future, Binance. Be on the lookout for that. Of course, it's better to buy it before it's on Binance.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw up some links as well for people to get onto those exchanges and get some tokens.
Yeah, so go ahead, look to the description below. We'll throw some links there to make it easy for you, so you don't get fished. That would be the worst. So see you later.